right, citizens, welcome to our first episode of Council Reviews. Now,
Dun dun
why?
dun.
Yeah. Now, why did we start this? Well, for some specific reasons, there's like a bunch of shows coming this month and next month, I think, and we can't put all those. We cannot review every single episode weekly on the Councilman. It will be very difficult. We'll be running too long. So we're gonna have to separate some of them. So yeah, basically this is just like a very specific circumstance that we're put
Yeah,
in.
treat it as bonus episode. We're being generous, free stuff for you guys. You don't have to pay for
Yes.
Patreon because we don't have any Patreon, but free
Yeah, we don't
providing
have
you free
Patreon.
content. And yeah, like Ariq said, there's a lot of stuff that's coming out. Like literally as we speak right now, while we're recording, Ring of Power just came out,
Yeah,
which we will cover on the main show for the first episode, but in the substantial episodes, if we decide to do like bonus episodes separately, we'll probably do that. Because yeah, it will not only will it take a longer runtime. Not all of us is gonna end up watching the shows except for like
Yeah, that's true.
She-Hulk, the MCU stuff. So there will be times where like maybe Kelvin or Arik just like sitting there and like, okay,
Yeah.
you guys talk. I don't know what's going on. That's awkward. So
No.
we just like cut it from the main show. We put it separately for everyone to listen to who wants to check it out.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, let's just dive into this. I watched this on the day it came out, so it's a while ago. So my memory might be a little bit fuzzier than you. I don't know if
Right.
you watched it recently or not.
Wait, yeah, no, I should mention, guys, we are reviewing, as the title suggests,
Oh
House of
yes,
Dragon
we should have.
episode. Yes, the second episode. We did the first episode, the pilot, already on the show because we do pilots and finales on the show. So
Mhm.
yeah, so this is the, but yeah, so I did watch this. I think like a day ago, actually, yesterday. Yeah, I watched this yesterday, so I still remember some things.
Fair, and we should probably we haven't actually, in case no one has watched this before. We're very professional. We didn't introduce ourselves. My name is Albert. That's Ariq.
Yep.
We're the host of the Councilmen Show. Very professional.
I forgot, like we
We
normally do
introduced
this on the
3
show,
minutes
so
in.
it's like we don't need the like introduction stuff.
3 minutes in,
Right.
we're introducing. All right. Anyway, yeah, Albert, Ariq. There you go. And yeah, episode 2. The title of the episode is "The Rogue Prince," directed by Greg Yaitani. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing his name. I'm not familiar with him. I don't know if I don't think he's done any Game of Thrones stuff prior to this. This might be his first Game of Thrones project. But yeah, this episode, I'll just say I like it a lot. I think I might like it more than the first episode. In terms of where the story is going, I'm liking where the story is going and the different beats and everything. And yeah, obviously, heads up, this is gonna be spoiler review. We're gonna discuss it in spoiler details. And I'll just say right off the bat, some people hate it, and I saw some people on film Twitter is like also upset about this. I like it that they use the Game of Thrones theme song again. They use the
Oh,
same
right.
song with
This
the
this is
different.
the first time they did the intro for the show, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
and they did use the Game of Thrones song. Yeah.
Did you
What
like
was?
that they used the same song, or were you
I
upset,
mean,
or like they should have made a new
no,
one?
no. I mean, I personally don't mind it because like the Game of Thrones theme song is very good,
Very iconic.
and
Ramin
I don't
Djawadi.
see why not. Like I have a feeling that theme is not like it's not specifically for Game of Thrones. I think it should just be for like the world of of
Westeros.
George R. R. Martin, yeah,
Martin,
of
yeah.
all this, yeah, of his works. A bit like the
Fair.
Wizarding World, they all just more or less the same theme, right? Or I don't know,
Uh,
they were different.
I think I don't remember if the opening of Fantastic Beasts still have the dun, 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 dun,
I
dun,
don't think it
dun.
did actually.
I
Come
don't
to think
know.
of
I
it,
don't remember if they did.
but
Um,
regardless, I think it's I don't see why it's such a problem. I mean,
right.
set in the
Well,
same world, same
the title of the song is
storyline.
Game of Thrones, so that's funny. But yeah, no, I get what you mean. I like it.
Yeah,
It's sort of a cheap shot on them of like, hey, you like nostalgia? Here you go.
yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm like, so when that episode started, I'm like, oh wow, they got an intro, and I know this music. Frick, this is great. I'm in. But yeah,
There.
but yeah. I mean, yeah, I mentioned up top already. I like the episode better. Did you like the episode better than the first one, or you think it's pretty on
Yeah.
par, or you like it
No, no,
less?
I actually, I find this episode like a bit more enjoyable. Like you said, the plot is like going somewhere, you know. Like the conflict is about to begin is basically what happens
Yeah,
here. That's what I really like. And some of the scenes were shot incredibly well, like the Dragonstone one, for example.
yeah. And let's just start off
Mm.
there. I mean, the whole premise of this episode is basically there's a time jump. There's a whole 6 months time jump
Yeah, it's a
from
six
the
month
first
time
episode.
jump, yeah.
Just big. Did
And
not expect that.
they kind of put it out kind of lightly, actually. They're like, oh, it's been 6 months since this happened. And we're like, wait, that's just the first episode, though. like,
Yeah.
like they just mention it. There's no like indication, basically. But yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. Are you watching this on like TV on the HBO app or what? Because I know there's no HBO Max in Indonesia.
Mm, well, let's
I'm
just say I
assuming
have my
HBO. I'm
own.
assuming HBO. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
in the HBO Max version, after the credits and everything, there is
Mhm.
like not really a commentary, but sort of like Miguel Sapochnik, who's the showrunner, who recently just left. By the way, did you heard he left season 2? So that's gonna be
Oh,
interesting to see what happens in season 2. But yeah, Miguel Sapochnik and some other showrunners, as well as the cast, they after the end of the episode and the credits, they sort of talk about the episode and the theming wise. And one of the things that they point out, which I really like as well, is that 6 months time jump. And even though the end of the previous episode, Rhaenyra is like the heir of the throne, right? The heir to the Iron Throne.
yep,
But
yep.
even after the 6 month, the first thing we see her do is still the exact same stuff. She's still serving the drinks for the council, and she's barely given any like sort of um she doesn't have, oh, what's the word? She doesn't have like agency. She doesn't really have that much agency of like
Right, yeah.
her voice is not being heard. Like literally when she voiced her opinion in the council at one point, they're like, hey, you know what, you wait, I think I you got better things to do. Like it's like that's super interesting to see that even though 6 months and she's an heir, nothing has changed. So
Yeah, that's true. Like pretty much throughout the whole show, it's basically just her like wanting to do this, do that. But every time she tries to suggest an idea, they're just like, no, just like whatever. Because you know how it is in
yeah.
Game of Thrones. I mean, obviously it's in a set in a time where and place where like women are not
Hmm.
exactly equal to men. So that's why.
Yeah, and I mean that brings up the another scene in the episode where she's talking to, oh, what's her name, the queen who never was.
Oh,
I'm
a
looking up. I'm
similar
looking
name.
up the cast list right now. What is her name? Miss Syria? No, not Miss Syria. Who
No,
is?
that's
What is her name? I don't remember. Wait, the queen who never was. Control F. Queen. Professional people working right now, folks. Prince Rhaenys Targaryen. There you go.
Rainy. Yeah,
Uh,
Rhaenys. I know it was like very close. I was like,
yeah, yeah. Rhaenyra and Rhaenys. Yeah, that scene when Rhaenys and Rhaenyra. That's also like super. I think they're probably gonna be the two female leads of the two female main. Well, I guess there's Alicent Hightower. I think her role's gonna be bigger
yeah,
too. But yeah, right now, in terms of characters of power, women of power, um, well, they don't, irony, they don't really have any power, but they have the title of power, I guess. And like
they have the title. Yeah, but
Rhaenys is more experienced, and just talking to Rhaenyra is like, oh yeah, good luck, they're not gonna listen to you, blah blah blah, I've been there. And then Rhaenyra is like, well, I'm gonna be different, blah blah blah. But yeah, she's like giving the wisdom, but Rhaenyra is sort of like in a way like stubborn too, but at the same time she's also like learning, I guess. I really enjoy that scene.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I remembered like one of the things she said. I forgot it was something along the lines of men would rather like burn the kingdom before letting a woman rule, kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like yeah, that kind of makes sense here. It really shows you like the what is it the world setting. How it is the political aspect of it when it comes to the
Yeah.
gender equality stuff. Yeah.
And even and yeah, I mean, like, flash forward all the way to Game of Thrones. I don't think we see a female in the Iron Throne
Or-
Cersei,
yeah, until like yeah,
until
until the
Cersei,
later
and then
seasons. Yeah.
Daenerys for a bit before she
Yeah.
She got stabbed. Um,
And
so
Cersei
even
was
then,
only queen because everyone's dead. Her
everyone else in
son's
the lineage
yeah,
is
her
dead.
son's
Yeah,
dead, her husband's dead,
yeah,
her dad's dead. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, again, I think that dynamic is gonna be interesting. And I'll say I'm gonna be really sad once we move on from this younger timeline from younger Rhaenyra, because I think Millie Alcock is fantastic in this role. I really like her as the young Princess Rhaenyra, because like it can comes off as very annoying and very pretentious with what her role
Mhm.
is, but I thought she handled every single scene very well.
I
She
mean,
has a
yeah.
commanding presence to her, even though she's very young as well. And even the scene with Matt Smith with Viserys in Dragonstone, I really like how she presents herself in that scene, and I'm gonna be sad once we go to the adult version.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was gonna say like she does have like it reminds me of like the earlier like years when what's her name Daenerys like finally
Yeah.
took power. You know when she basically like in the early parts where she's already had some power, like she already has the oh no I forgot Unsullied. Yeah, she already has like the army of Unsullied, the little
Mm,
dragon. So she's like on yeah they're like on the similar par right now. So I really like that. That was like basically one of my favorite like Daenerys arc, and she's comparable to that. So yeah, no, she is basically one of the coolest characters here. Oh, she is the coolest character here.
yeah.
the,
Yeah. No.
the
She.
second being Damon, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. No. You're right. Yeah. She does remind me of Daenerys. Also, like a little bit of Ar. There's a little bit of Arya in her, like the
Oh
spunkiness
yeah,
of the
yeah,
character.
yeah. The smart, yeah. That's a cool thing. She's basically like Daenerys with the a bit of the character of Arya. That's very lethal. Imagine
Mm.
Arya with dragons. It's just
So, oh my god,
that
she
is
have
that
a she
is
have she
lethal.
have a, she have a list, and then the list is like, all right, Dracarys, the first person,
The car
Dracarys.
is the first.
She's gonna stretch off that list so fast. She's gonna have a new list like before the end
Oh
of
yeah,
the
that's true.
season. Uh,
Oh yeah, and also like I want to mention like this scene where I don't know if I'm moving a bit too fast here, but like the scene where
no,
they
that's fine.
finally reach a Dragonstone,
Hmm.
like I don't know why, but like she has such a commanding presence in
Yeah,
comparison. Like you know how I forgot what his name is, Otto, the Hand of the King, right?
Auto Hightower. Hmm.
Yeah, like I mean, he was talking shit until Caraxes appeared, and he kind of just like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
he kind
yeah,
of like see like to be fair he has like a cool quote, "Seethe your fucking steel." I like that. So they just kind of drop their not drop they just put their weapons away.
yeah, yeah.
But then she came in, you know, through the mist. That was I think a really cool shot, by the way. She came in through the mist and then
Oh yeah,
appeared, and she basically just told Damon just like, yeah, just give me, oh, you can kill me, go ahead, do it. And
yeah,
then even like Damon was like, fuck, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. So
yeah.
like yeah, there's like I think that's also like one reason why Otto sort of dislikes her in a way, because that's I think he knows that's one person he cannot like control. Because you all know like we all know
Damon.
like the small no no uh
Oh,
Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra. Okay.
Yeah, because we all know that like the small council, like they're basically just trying to command over everyone, like
Yeah.
especially with oh no, I forgot what his name is.
Which one?
The black black dude.
Corlys Valerian,
Yeah, Valerian.
the
Yeah,
sea
because like
snake,
he
the sea snake guy. Yeah,
yeah, because he wants to control the king by forcing him to marry his daughter and all that kind of stuff. But
yeah,
like I think Otto knows that he cannot control Rhaenyra. She's too brash and too commanding. Yeah. So I like that. That's why I say Rhaenyra is like one of the coolest characters.
yeah. And like going to that conversation that they had with Daemon, right? Because like you
Hmm.
said, I think probably Rhaenyra is like the only character in the show so far that has really been able, not that Daemon is willing to listen to, sort
Yeah,
of,
that's
right?
true. Yeah.
Like he doesn't give a shit about what Viserys say. He doesn't give a shit about what Otto said. But as soon as Rhaenyra says it, like I sort of like you. Um, maybe in a personal way, maybe in a incestual way. We'll have to find out. I have no clue what's
Oh
gonna
God.
happen. Okay, the Targaryen. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe part of Daemon is like, cannot kill you because I want to wed you when you're older. I don't know, man. That could be a thing.
No, that's true. Yeah, Targaryens are a bit weird in that aspect.
Um, but like he definitely respects her and listens to her. But yeah, I mean that whole scene and the dragons, they all look there. The color is different. They look
Yeah.
different. I'm liking the
I
design.
like how unique the dragons look compared to, say, the what is it, the Daenerys dragons, because they look like normal less dragons, which is nothing wrong with it, honestly. But
Hmm.
but I like the the slightly newer take on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Sidebar. I Because in this one they use a saddle in the dragons, right? And after
Yeah.
this episode, I literally look up like videos of like Daenerys riding on like Drogon or something. Like she's
Yeah.
literally just holding on the spikes. It feels so bad for her. While this one they just have saddles on the dragon. They just sit calmly. Oh,
I
Ned
know,
like
right?
holding
Yeah.
for dear life.
Oh, to be fair, maybe Drogon was a bit too big for a
Do you
saddle.
think Drogon is bigger than
Oh,
Caraxes
no,
and
Drogon is mentioned. I think he is, if not, he is actually the largest dragon in the entire world.
oh
The
shit,
biggest
okay.
one previous to him was mentioned in this episode as well, that Viserys rode on.
Yeah, the original one. Yeah.
Balerion, the Black Dread, I think.
Okay.
So, so yeah.
Yeah. Cyrax is the name of Rhaenyra's dragon. Cyrax is a cool name, but it's not as cool as Caraxes. Caraxes just
Yeah,
sounds so
Cersei
cool.
sounds cooler.
But in that scene too, I keep on calling him Matt Smith, even though, well, he is Matt Smith, but yeah,
He
Daemon
is Matt
Targaryen.
Smith.
The
Yeah.
fact that he chucks the egg, dude. What if the egg just fell and can a dragon egg
What?
break?
That's the thing. We've like I would assume like it's made out of like
Something very
similar
strong.
materials similar to dragon scale, so like it shouldn't crack.
Imagine if he throws it and then it's like heavy or something, and then like Rhaenyra could not catch it, and then just and then like, well, shit.
Well, oh, I thought you were gonna say what happens if the
Oh, there's
Rhaenyra
a
missed her
dragon.
catch and it just a dragon egg to her face.
Oh, ooh, I feel like that will be painful. And
Probably hurts actually. Yeah.
will there be a dragon in it, or will it be cracked like an egg, like when you
Yolk.
cook an egg? Yeah,
Oh,
yolk.
what do you think? What do you think a dragon yolk looks like? I have no idea.
Red,
Uh,
probably it's like really hot and like red.
yeah, that's
Like
true. Like
a
I forgot
dragon
it. The
egg,
way
when you crack it, it directly becomes cooked. It's not even raw; it's cooked automatically.
actually, wait, no. Come to think of it, yeah, like I think based on just to see the end of season 1 of Game of Thrones, like dragon eggs has to be hatched by like through intense heat and fire.
Yeah, yeah,
Fair enough. Then. I think it'll just be yolk.
yolk. Yeah. But yeah, no, I really like that Dragonstone scene, and yeah, to follow up with Daemon and his, like they call, I don't remember the character, but they call him his whore.
Yeah,
Um, right,
Miss Arya was the one who
Mysteria,
mentioned it.
that's the one.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. Uh,
I don't,
Again,
I don't know.
I know
Weirdly,
you're more familiar with the actual with the story, aren't you? I don't know what's gonna happen in the
uh,
next episode.
I think I read bits of the book, but I'm not so
Well,
sure about
don't
that
tell me.
case.
Don't
Yeah,
tell me.
well, but I mean, like, oh yeah, I should mention, like, I don't know why, but like, Misaria is supposed to be like just kind of like a side character that could be probably ignored, but for some reason, her writing is pretty decent, especially with her whole talk about the reason why she wanted to be with
Yeah.
Damon in the first place. Like, she wants to get away from
Hmm.
being scared of just being sold or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying like it will be integral to the plot, but I don't know why. Just something about that detail of a side character is
Hmm.
just quite nice, I guess. I don't know. Okay, you know how season 8
Hmm.
was. The writing was pretty shoddy, so it's a bit nice to see some
Yeah.
development of a side character.
Right. I mean, because yeah, Benioff and Weiss not involved. Ryan Condal is like the main showrunner now, and I mean
Right.
Miguel Sapochnik right now too. But yeah, for season 2, we'll have to see. Alan Taylor, by the way, is coming in. Alan Taylor, who directed Thor: The Dark World, as well as he did a lot of episodes for the original Game of Thrones series. He's coming for season 2. But yeah, that's for a different conversation. Um, but yeah, no, I agree with you. The Mysteria thing is very interesting. Curious to see what happened. And yeah, I
Mm.
mean, back to Renee, because I don't know. I At least right now it feels like Rhaenyra is like the main character. Like Damon is there, but he's sort of on the side a little bit, and Viserys is also there. But like, at least right now, it feels like a lot of the stuff is
It's mostly
seen through her
Dario.
perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like if I'm not mistaken, right, I'm not gonna spoil the whole thing, obviously, but like I think according to the books, like she's kind of like the main like driving force behind the behind the
Well,
was
you
it
know
the
what?
book? What's the title of the book called? I forgot. Dance
The
of
Dance of
Dragons, is it?
Dragons.
Yeah, Dance of
Yeah.
Dragons. Yeah,
You know what? Actually, as soon as I said that, I just remember like literally the first episode opens with a narration by Rhaenyra, so that's
I don't
probably
know.
why.
Yeah,
Because I mean,
yeah.
that's like maybe she's narrating. She's also the narrator, Emma Darcy, the older version of Rhaenyra. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, let's talk about Viserys, the king of
Mm.
Westeros right now. Literally 6 months after, it's only been 6 months since the passing of his wife, and everyone is saying, "Who you gonna wed? Who you gonna wed?"
I know.
And that whole
Feel kind
scene
of bad
again.
for him. Not to mention, it's like Appa is like, oh, but you are king. You have to wed. You have to make heir.
It's
Ooh.
so messed up, but yeah,
It is, and it gets even more messed up when
yeah.
The Valerian was like, ah, I know
She's like
you shall marry
12.
my daughter.
She's like
I don't-
12. I felt so uncomfortable in that scene. I'm like, oh my god. I don't know how old Paddy Considine is. I think he's probably like in his 50s or whatever. And he's talking to a 12-year-old about betting her when she turns
when she
14.
turns
I'm like,
14, like
oh, that's
like
so
14 is
wrong.
still pretty like wrong as well.
Yeah. It's so it I couldn't help but like feels weird, but also it's so funny to look there, like in like there's a not POV. There's like a long distance shot of the gardens, and there's like such a big dude, and there's a little kid watching next to him, and they're talking
Yeah.
about marriage. I'm like, whoa, this feels so weird. Um,
I feel like I'm on an FBI watch list or something. I don't know. That part, yeah, no, that part definitely made me uncomfortable. And to be fair, it did make Viserys very uncomfortable as well. I mean, he
yeah,
clearly stated like, "Well, people are like, why shouldn't you marry her?" And he's like, "She's 12." He's literally just like, "No."
yeah. I mean, like the logic behind the power makes sense to unite the two
It is, yeah.
Essos
Two two
Valerian
Valerian
house.
houses. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it makes sense. Uh, and like the whole thing at the very end. By the way, I that's the one thing I know about the series is the whole is that Alison Hightower end up marrying Viserys. That's the one thing that I know prior to the show. So like
Oh,
I
yeah.
sort of
I
know.
didn't know that.
Oh, so that you were surprised when he picked that
Yeah, yeah,
in the very end of the
because
episode.
I was like, okay, how is that any better? She's also like only 15. She's like as young as your daughter.
I think she's probably a little bit older than
And then Rhaenyra.
I think. I don't know. She looks a little bit older.
Okay, fair enough.
But
I guess it's
but yeah,
better than 12 years old.
that surprised you and that twist happened because did you think he was gonna announce that he's gonna marry the Valerian kid
I
kid
Yeah,
it's like
I thought so just because like I don't know, like pretty much throughout the whole episode he was forced to do so, and honestly on a logical standpoint, it is
yeah,
actually the better choice, logically speaking, but
strategically, yeah.
strategically speaking, it is the better choice, but yeah,
Yeah,
so that did caught me off by surprise.
fair. Yeah, since that's the only thing I know, I was like, okay, yeah. When that happens, I was like, okay, I knew that was happening. It's just about time. I didn't know how soon it was gonna happen, but episode 2 is already happening. So I'm like, okay, this is where we're going. And it's so interesting, right? Because prior to that scene, it's like Rhaenyra is finally talking to Viserys again because they haven't talked for a long time. They had issues. They finally talk about like grieving about their mother, and they opens up, and then like he finally gets approval from Rhaenyra. He's like, yeah, okay, it's okay that you get married. I understand why. And then as soon as it's like, okay, I get the confirmation from my daughter. I'm glad. The next scene is like, I'm marrying your best friend, and she's like,
No, I
what
don't
the
know.
fuck?
She's just like she just walks out, didn't say a thing.
I mean I love the freaking drama, and I love where this is going because this is definitely gonna change their relationship again. We sort of had the relationship rekindled a little bit between the father and the daughter, but now it's gonna be affected again. Not only that, and this is gonna preview to the next episode, obviously, right? Corlys Valerian, talking to Damon, which I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, that's a power move. That's gonna be scary. What's gonna happen? I have no idea. Um, but him picking Allison is gonna. I feel like it's gonna be such a domino effect for the rest of the show.
How do I explain this? I've read a bit of the summary. It definitely is, according to the
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
It definitely was.
I can tell. I can probably predict that that's just like a big domino effect. Yeah, because I mean the houses are gonna be upset. His heir is gonna be upset, and the fact again, Corlys Valerian and Daemon teaming up, that is a scary thing to think about. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
is there
Oh,
anything that we is there anything big that we didn't touch on yet?
mm,
Because we talk about that. We talk about Rhaenyra, and again, I like the opening where she gets to pick who's the new city guard. She's directly is like, well, if I want to get I need to get the right one. I need to get someone who's actually got like actual experience and not just from tournament. Like it's already proving her word. While meanwhile, like Otto Hightower is like, well, we gotta think about relationship and power. It's like, no, I'm picking the person who's most qualified instead of thinking of
mm.
all that bullshit. So yeah, again, I like that. But yeah, we talk about that. We talk about Alicent Hightower and Viserys. We talk about Daemon. We talk about the Valerian, and yeah, I mean the one other big thing I guess that we didn't really talk about is that the crab people in the beginning, which I'm assuming is the
uh,
crab feeder, which I'm assuming is
Crab
going to affect
feeders, yeah.
in the upcoming episodes of whatever happens.
Yeah,
Because that
well,
thing is creepy stuff.
there's already the preview for it basically, and
Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
just took a look.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, basically we're gonna expect to see the crab feeders, and I think they're gonna be. I think there's gonna be like real action in the next episode, at least based on this little preview.
Are they a thing in Game of Thrones, crab feeders? Because I can't remember if they are.
I can't remember either. I don't think we've ever seen them like even mentioned before. I'm not saying they don't like they did exist,
So what
just for the sake of
do
the
they
show, but I'm pretty sure they
do
did exist.
they do they like feed on crabs or do
No,
they
no, no. It was already mentioned.
eat
They
people?
literally like raid sailors, Westeros ships, and then they put the crew on like they nail the crew onto like planks and whatnot, and make the crabs eat them alive. It's
Oh,
pretty
okay, that
brutal. It's pretty brutal.
it is brutal. Makes sense. I guess the name makes sense. They actually do feed the crabs.
And they feed the crabs.
I didn't know crabs. Wait, do crabs in real life actually eat people? That's
I think there
that's
were some
scary.
spe. I think there were like some species that actually do.
Yikes! I didn't know that.
Uh,
That's a new nightmare for me. Um, but yeah, I mean, again, is there anything that we're missing? You think, or did we cover everything pretty much?
mm, I think so far. Yeah, I think we covered most of the main stuff. Oh, actually, I think I want to mention this. I think since the episode ended with like Damon, I think the next episode would be more focused on
Demon
him.
centric.
Yeah, Damon centric. Yeah. Not to mention he's also in the previews a lot, and it looks like he's going to battle as well. So that's pretty cool. I want
Yeah.
him to pull off the Morbius Milo move on the crab feeders.
What?
Have sex.
You already did that in the first episode.
No, he'll do it again.
Uh,
Oh shit. But yeah,
yeah.
I don't know what else. I don't know. Do you have any predictions or what do you want to see next episode?
Well, we already know the crab feeder is gonna be a big part, so let's see some dragon torching some crabs. I like those steamed crabs, especially with the chili
Uh,
crabs. Oh, they're the best. I prefer chili
mm-hmm.
crabs over like crab soups are nice, but like chili crabs are like probably the best.
I've never
So
had crab soup. Yeah, yeah, chili crab's good.
crab porridge, they're good stuff. Um, but yeah, let's see those dracarysing those crabs in a crab feeder.
Actually, wait, I don't know why I want to mention this. It's not exactly relevant to the episode currently, but I
Okay.
think I heard somewhere that George R. R. Martin said that there will be 14 dragons in the series.
Only
That's
14?
pretty cool.
Wow, how
14 is quite a lot. I
disappointing.
mean,
How
I
disappointing. Can't
compared to
believe
what
you only.
3? Compared to
Okay,
3. And
you got a point. You got a point.
hey, so that's cool. I don't know if we're gonna see any new dragons next episode. Probably not, but still.
Have they ever had a blue dragon? Like a blue, like your shirt?
This kind of blue, probably not. But I
I
think there
wanna
is a
see. I
blue.
wanna see a blue dragon. I feel like they'll be so cool. Like the closest thing
I,
is like the Night King's dragon.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
But I think there is. If I'm not mistaken, there is a blue dragon. It's
oh,
like
I
a
feel like a
really
blue dragon
dark
will be
blue.
so cool.
It's like a dark
Uh,
bluish dragon kind of deal.
and yeah, looking forward to it. Uh,
Hmm.
should be fun.
Yeah,
But yeah, so we both agree. Good episode. Looking forward to the next one.
this is probably the best series that's coming out right now compared to the others. Well,
Sh-
we don't know Andor yet,
I
and I haven't watched Ring of Power.
Yeah, and Andor is not out until for a couple weeks. I think like later in September. I think
Yep,
this is definitely a better series than She-Hulk so far.
yep.
I was before this. I was watching Ring of Power like the first couple of minutes. I'm liking what I see so far, but yeah, I haven't finished the first episode. It's an hour long, so we'll see, and we'll cover that in this week's episode, the
Yeah.
actual episode. But yeah, I think that should be it. Let's wrap this up. Arik, where can people find you?
You can find me. Do I have to pull up the brand as well here?
You
The
don't have
banner.
to.
I
You
don't
can
have to. You
just
can
say it.
find me on Instagram at Ariq and Albert. You can find me on Letterboxd at Ricky Do. And Albert, you can
Yeah, you can find me on
let
Twitter,
us.
Instagram, TikTok, Dharma, and John Movies YouTube channel, as well as Letterbox, and find the Councilmen Show, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterbox at Councilmen Show. If you want to send us an email, send us email at councilmanshow@gmail.com. If you want to share your thoughts on the series as well as thoughts of like, oh, you like this bonus episode being a thing, share us your thoughts in the email, or you can leave it in the if there's a review section on whatever podcast platform you're listening at, do go ahead and do that. And I believe Anchor also allows you to send. If you go to our Anchor website, it allows you to send a voice message to us, so you can do that, and we can play it on the show if you decide to do that. So go check us out in all of those platforms. And yeah, subscribe. Again, this will be released on audio podcast as well as video version on my channel at the same time. So if you're listening on the audio podcast, do subscribe. Um, and yeah, I think that is everything. Check out our main show again every Saturday, 10:30. Is it 10:30? Yes, 10:30
Yes, the 30.
10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Indonesian time, that's 10:30 p.m. Is it?
It's 9:30 p.m.
9:30 p.m. Indonesian time.
Oh,
Waktu
very
Indonesia Barat. But
Yes.
yeah, there you go. There's 3 times in Indonesia. You have to specify. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Arik, sign us off.
And with that, the councilman has reviewed because this isn't the live show yet.
The Council of Westeros.
The council has. Well, you'll think of something. Anyway,
We'll think
but
of
yeah, the
something.
council has
We'll
reviewed.
be better now. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out by next time.
And we'll see you on the live stream or the next episode of this.